Okay. Carla, we're here in Portland, Oregon,
Yes.
for the Summer Institute Youth Mentoring. I'd love you to tell us a little bit about what you do back in Michigan.
Hi, so my name is Carla Wellborn. I'm the program manager for a nonprofit called Winning Futures. We do mentoring and school-based programming in the Tri-County area in southeastern Michigan. So we work in Detroit, but we also work in surrounding suburbs like Warren, Sterling Heights, Pontiac, Harper Woods, and a few others. And so what we do is we help students identify their purpose, their passion in life, and then we help them develop a strategic plan throughout the course of the mentoring program with their mentor, who's someone from the business community who works in the field that they're interested in, so that they have a set written plan on how they're going to accomplish their career goals for the future.
And tell us a bit about the age range you're working with.
So right now, typically, and we're actually in a bit of a transition phase, so I'll tell you a little bit about that, but we have worked with 11th or 12th grade students, and so those are the students that are going through application process and scholarship process and researching continuing ed options that will feed into the career that they're interested in. But right now, we're actually transitioning to 10th grade students, so 15-year-olds.
Okay.
And the reason is because we're building out a 4-year cohort model. And the idea would be that our students go through a year-long mentoring program with us where they meet with their business mentor once a week for an hour. And their mentor will help them begin to develop these soft skills. We call them critical skills in education. Sure. Because they're kind of those foundational skills that help students become successful in the world of work.
For whatever jobs lie ahead.
Whatever job lies ahead. Yeah. And then they start doing research. They take career assessments, career cruising. They do a strengths analysis and figure out what is it about them that's unique. They take all of that information along with what values do you have for a job. They combine it with their mentor's help, and then they start to really plan out, okay, what's a career that would be a good fit for me? And they go from, I want to be a lawyer, to I want to own a nail salon, to I want to do coding and technology. Like the careers vary. We even have people that are interested in massage therapy or being a barber. Yeah. And so whatever their career interest is, their mentor then helps them with the foundational skills. But then those students would then come back into our program 11th grade year. They'd work with our staff monthly to do college tour exposure, to do career tours and get exposed to the world of work. 12th grade year, they come back and they do bi-weekly mentoring with our staff and HR professionals, learning what does it take to get a job. So resume building, interview skills, but then what do I do to keep that job, right? So we love to call it what to do not to get fired, right? And so figuring out what are the common mistakes that entry-level employees do that employers are looking for and that are red flags, so that our students are better equipped to be successful once they get into the world of work. It's almost like another language that they need to learn.
How do you adapt the program to diverse populations? So I'm thinking about, folks who may not have English as a first language, or who may be in foster care, or facing other barriers even beyond poverty and so forth.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, so our program operates in Detroit and the surrounding area. So it is by nature diverse because Detroit encapsulates a lot of what you just talked about. Yeah. So we have a lot of students, and honestly, the interventions for students who might be in the foster care system versus students that are not are almost natural and at the interpersonal level. Sure. Because mentors learn a lot about their students, our staff learns a lot about our students, and then we adapt our approach or even the more resources that we give them based on where they are. Yeah. And then we're also really knowledgeable about scholarship programming, so that our students that are in the foster care system, we know that they can get a full ride to college if they follow this little interesting path with the government, and so we work with them. We do have students that have English as a second language, and so we've tried to find unique ways to bring them into the program. So we have mentors who also speak second languages, and so if we have students who speak Arabic at our Warren school, for instance, if we have mentors who also speak Arabic, then we'll be able to match them together, which helps especially with the transition if they're first generation in the United States. We also have an app that I think is really cool. So some of our students that speak Spanish, they might have a mentor that speaks Spanish, but when they're using our version of a manual that we've talked about here, our workbook, there's an app where you can hold it over the phone and it translates immediately for you. And then we tell those students, please write in whatever language you're most comfortable with, because this is a roadmap for you. It's not for us. It's not a homework assignment. Sure. So if they can understand it, if they can document it, then the goal has been accomplished.
Cool.
Yeah.
And if you were thinking a year, 2, 3 years ahead,
Mm-hmm.
what would be the changes and the kind of development goals for what you do?
So we are in year 1 of our pilot. So 3 years from now, we would have had one full class go through all 4 years of our cohort model. And so my big dream is that those kids will come out of that 4th year connected with our organization, understanding and using the resources that we can give them. We have a very large connections in the business community in Southeastern Michigan. So if our students are kind of the biggest beneficiaries of those relationships, then that would be, I think, a job well done. But then also that our students are happy with the direction that they're in. And that, different from a lot of students that are going into continuing education their first year, they would be confident in a lot of the choices they've made, and they'd also be confident to change their mind because they know the process to go through in order to identify careers and training that is a good fit for them.
Yeah. Any other final points you wanted to share? Or advice to others who are doing this kind of work elsewhere?
Yeah, I think one of the things that we've learned almost, it's been, I don't want to say the hard way, but I think it's been a big takeaway is that a program always has to be able to evolve, right? So we're considered experts in Southeastern Michigan with school-based mentoring, but we need to evolve with technology and the times, and so we're evolving to continue that evidence-based program, but to add on to it components that our students need now that I think will really help push them to that next level.
So keep adapting.
Yeah, keep adapting.
Thank you very much, Carl.
No problem.
Brilliant.